Welcome back to Beats So Good They Make You Fall Dead.
Real and true and bass and red pilled and all that good shit. So we're continuing our conversation about Pokemon Legends ZA. We're talking about Megas and my opinions on them and Frank's opinions on them and I suppose Mabini's, but he's just posting pictures in the Discord. We were just talking about the Kalos starters. We were about to talk about Chesnaught. We almost forgot about him. So first of all, can I just say, I have always been a huge Chesnaught defender.
I love Chesnaught from day one.
I used him on my X team, if you remember.
That's bad.
And I loved him. Because I remember it very vividly. I know what happened. What all you fucking shrews, all you snakes did and said during that time. I've gotten all your fucking names down in my big black book of evil deeds and happenings.
I think we
and that is that when they announced Chespin, everyone fell in love with him. They were like, Chespin's the coolest motherfucking guy ever. I'm going to use Chespin. He's so cool. I love him. Right? And then it was leaked that Chespin's evolution, Quilladin, what that looks like. And everyone suddenly did a complete 180. They're all like, oh, Quilladin is the most ugly Pokemon I've ever seen in my entire life. I fucking hate Chespin. Which, to be fair, is kind of fair. I think Quilladin does look kind of stupid. I'm sure Frank loves him, but I think Quilladin, he looks awkward and ugly. But the thing is that he's a middle stage evolution.
Yeah.
Okay? Middle stage evolutions, as we've already talked about in the last episode, or one before that, whatever, are not good often. They don't have to be, because they're not the final form. They're not what you're going to be looking at most of the time. But people just completely wrote off the entire line as soon as they saw Quilladin, and suddenly the whole line was just not talked about ever again because people just hated Quilladin. And I was so confused because then, like, Chesnaught, like, the game came out and Chesnaught was out. Like, Chesnaught, I always thought looked so fucking cool. He looked it was badass. I loved his color scheme. I loved his big shield. I loved his, like, kind of, what was it, his, like, Juggernaut kind of paladin theme. That was awesome. I used him in my playthrough and I fucking loved him. But no one ever talked about it again. All because Quilladin ruined everything. So now, Chesnaught gets an evolution, and suddenly people are like, oh, actually, no, Chesnaught, they finally kind of fixed him. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Chesnaught was always cool, you fucking idiots.
No. They
walks up to them and strangles them with my bare fucking hands.
They fixed him.
They gave him a cape, and they gave him a big fucking axe to cleave them in twain, as they all deserve. Honestly, if any fucking one of yous who complained and bitched and moaned about the Chespin line way back when, you are forbidden from getting Mega Chesnaught. There you go. Anyway, that's my Chesnaught rant. I like Mega Chesnaught.
For legal reasons, we do not have access to your Nintendo Switch 2. We cannot break you from getting Mega Chesnaught. You cannot enforce this policy.
For legal reasons, Frank can't do that. For legal reasons, I might be able to.
And then the last three
it's ignored.
Are I don't know if you've seen these Mega Pyroar.
So I haven't seen it in game, but that's been one that's floated. I have seen it now, and okay, all right. So I was defending Mega Starmie, all right.
Right, you're not defending this.
I struggle to defend it. I understand the logic behind it. Its main makes up like the kanji
for like, fire, right? Or something.
Well, it always did.
Oh, did it before?
But now it's like.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, but so now it's like super burning fire or something like that. It's I can't remember exactly. It was always a kanji for something, but now it's like double that.
Okay.
I get it, but I don't like it. And speaking of pyro, I literally just caught one.
Oh.
What should I name it? It's kind of funny. I wasn't even paying attention.
Scar.
Floette.
That's the one. That's the. Well, I guess technically both. I didn't think about talking about Zygarde either, so that's another one that we have to add on the list. But yeah.
Yeah. So I haven't seen them. I think that Floette's flower just gets bigger. Am I wrong?
I'd have to look at the model to actually tell. I think the flower changes. I think, but again, I don't want to.
It looks pretty big. It looks like he's got like a helicopter blades.
And then obviously, there's the mega guy, and then the last one is Mega Dragolage. Got a Mega?
Dragougi. I have not seen it. But I'm kind of happy because I always liked Dragougi as well. I've always thought he's very underrated, so it's cool that he's got Pokemon. A Mega.
And that would be all of them, yeah. That would, well,
That's all the ones in the
well
game? Okay.
technically, and this goes into our next talking point, there's technically 2 other megas that we haven't talked about.
Yes. So we were briefly talking about it in between episodes. We tried to hold down the fort before we started the episode, but it broke through a little bit. The whole situation with the DLC.
Yeah.
So the full story of that is before the game even came out, Nintendo or Game Freak or whoever decided we're going to announce paid DLC for the game.
Yeah.
And not cheap DLC.
$30.
I think in Australia,
It's probably $100 Australian, but you know.
Australian, it's 40, I think. That's not cool. So DLC is an interesting topic just in the gaming landscape, I suppose, because there's this constant debate about when is DLC okay, right? Because some people will say that it never is, and some people will say, well, it depends, you know, like if they really did make content post-launch and it's like completely extra or side stuff or whatever, and you know, it's cheap or things like that. There's all these different factors, but for the most part, people pretty well unanimously agree that DLC, like close to launch or worse, before launch, is extremely shitty. And the main reason for that is because it's effectively the developers outwardly saying, we deliberately did not release the game with this extra content just so we can sell it back to you later. And that's kind of the big discussion about DLC in a nutshell. And it really, really sucks that indeed Nintendo or Game Freak or whoever made the decision has decided to do that for this game. Now, to the small amount, because there's been a little bit of misinformation about it. People believed it was day one DLC. Day one DLC being, of course, DLC you can buy right off the gate. It is not day one DLC. It doesn't come out until I think February, but regardless, announcing it before the game even comes out, before we've even had a chance to play it, before we even know that we like the game, is just unbelievably just scummy and stupid, and I will never defend them for that. It's just like what the fuck?
Which leads into 2 things. Obviously, last episode we went, you know, the Pokemon Company or Game Freak, or you know, probably more so like I don't know, Pokemon Company, like higher up or something, but you know, they decided, you know, we hate our casual audience. So, God forbid either A, you're someone who wants to, you know, catch every Pokemon, or B, if Raichu is your favorite Pokemon, in order to get the Raichu Mega X and Y, you have to buy the DLC.
Yeah, and actually there's already been leaks for the DLC. There's a lot of Pokemon that they're adding in it, and a few new Megas and things like that. And you just kind of got to look at it and be like, really? You couldn't put this in the main game? You know?
Yeah.
Because, like, I've seen, like, the list of the leaks, and it's actually, there's some cool things in it, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know if I want to pay extra for that. Because the thing is, like, so I will say, again, I have enjoyed the game so far, but I don't know if I've enjoyed it enough to buy DLC. For it, and just like the fact that they even did this at all has left a real sour taste in my mouth about it, and it makes me kind of like almost not want to get it just on principle, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Which I'm sure a lot of people would no brainer. Obviously, don't get it on principle, but like, like I said, I've seen what's in it. It's like, oh, that's some cool shit, but like, because it's not just Mega Raichu X and Y, which I suppose we could also talk about. But there are quite a few other Megas and things, and some cool ones. But like, to be honest with you, I don't really give a shit.
I also do not very much care for them, though.
Well, there you go. That's the Mega Raichu discourse.
Yeah.
The fact that he's got 2. I mean, I've always kind of hated the X and Y thing. Apparently, there's going to be a few more Pokemon that are going to have like a second Mega Evolution. An X
cool.
One or Y one.
Poggers, man.
Yeah. But I've never, and it's to a degree, it's like, okay, they get another chance to kind of redeem themselves, because there is like 1 or 2 that I'm like, okay, their Megas are not great. It'd be nice if they got a better one. I guess I'm still bitter to this day about Mega Charizard. I guess is my whole thing.
But that also rolls into another reason. One of the things that I like, you know, dislike about ZA.
What is this camera? What the
is
fuck
like, you know, I could. like already I excuse it because it's like whatever, they're just gonna fucking do it because people buy anything with the capital P Pokemon logo on it. But it's like they put in none of this effort and then ask for like a premium pricing on it, you know?
Yeah.
Where it's like, you know, if this was even if this was just $60, people probably wouldn't be that mad. But they want to charge like the full 70 when you have things like, again, you know, obviously not a direct comparison because like a different company, different like kind of thing. But Expedition 33 is only $50 with the same budget for a much like more polished, nice looking game. Or, you know, as some people point out, you know, like Hollow Knight was 20. And
well, okay, so Silksong is
Silksong
is kind of a fucked. Yeah, Silksong's kind of a really fucked example because everyone's comparing it to that. But the thing about Silksong, and again, as someone who's played it and like and loves it and 100% and all that, Silksong is very much the exception in the entire gaming industry, to the point where you know, it's even the exception.
Right. I mean, like obviously going as low as 20 is a huge outlier, but it's like one of those things where
it's kind of absurd.
There are a lot of like the point is there's a lot of examples of much more passion being.
Because we don't have the climbing ability, we have to go in through the other way. So if you come back out,
Wait, is this not a? It's not just a. Oh, it's not just a ramp. But yeah, it's one of those things that annoys me about seeing like how ZA is handled, where it's like you see all these other examples of just more passion being put into a project for cheaper, and this has less passion. You know, these Pokemon games have less passion for more money, an astronomically amount of more money on top of that.
It's not a great situation, and you know, and I feel guilty as well.
And obviously, it's
like,
you know, obviously it's worse for you foreign Andes. You know, it's $70 for me, but it's like $110 for you or something, like $100 for you.
Yeah. The thing is like, I don't know, Pokemon. It's weird, right? Because on the one hand, I've sort of because if you remember, it took me a really long time just to buy this game because like I was like, oh man, I don't know, Pokemon's getting kind of crap. And then I bought this, and then I got really into Pokemon this year, which is why I bought ZA. It's like I've been in a real Pokemon mood. But, you know, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it when Gen 10 comes out. I might like... Because each generation I've found it takes me longer and longer to get into it. Just because of, like, you know, the quality and the pricing and all this stuff. Like, I know that there are a lot of fans that it's already, like, immediately just, like, that have already fallen off. And I guess all I can say is, like, well, I'm not one of them yet. I don't know.
Yeah, the yet's there.
Super far off. Whoa, Toxtricity.
Oh, the Gibble has spawned in front of me because it's 20 Gibbles have spawned in front of me because render settings are a thing to be marveled at.
Speaking of the devil,
can I leave, please? Please let me leave. Oh my god.
Beanie, you haven't said anything in a while. What's your opinion on the on the wider Pokemon political climate? And what am I calling Sableye? First up.
Gonna call him Gem. I don't really have a lot to say about what's going on with Pokemon. Just I agree with the general distaste for tacking on DLC immediately before the thing even comes out. Just seems a bit greedy, and they don't even know if the game is going to sell well. They just assume it will, so they're like, also pay $50. And you get a bunch of Mega Evolutions and a little bit of a story.
Well, you don't fully know what's going to be in the DLC yet, but I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't.
Well, now everyone's prepared to be disappointed, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, it's very curious, right? Because like I'm seeing a lot of people also say that like they're just not bothering with ZA. They're just like, you know, they think that the fact that it just still has not improved.
I mean, like even from like a legend standpoint, like for me. I think I won't buy ZA because from looking at it from like a legend standpoint, it to me personally just seems like a step down from Arceus.
What am I calling Gabite? I agree. By the way, I way prefer Arceus for sure. I really, really like that game and the direction it went in. ZA is just not the same game, even remotely. I feel like it shouldn't even have the name.
It just doesn't really feel like even remotely like similar.
And that's the other thing. Like even though I played it and I'm playing ZA and I enjoy it, I can't earnestly recommend it.
Eli.
Like ELI.
ELI, yeah, like from Half-Life.
Oh, okay, cool. Looks just like him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've seen like a lot of people are really putting their foot. I mean, each generation, each new game, people put their foot down with Pokemon.
Yeah, and
more and more people are doing
another
it.
thing.
Like I saw that Voice Critical
right
made a video saying like I really don't want to get this. I didn't watch the video, but the title was basically like I'm not gonna buy this fucking game. And I think that his influence alone is gonna like convince a lot of people like nah, it's just not worth it. So. It's interesting.
Yeah, and it's
because it's like because I really think that the only way that it's true that probably the only way that they will improve is if they just stop selling as well.
Yeah,
Shogun.
So I
Muppet.
I don't really know, obviously, the quality of like this game's DLC because I haven't bought it or played through it. But like their track record with like the Sword and Shield DLC is probably another reason why the fans are not like excited about this DLC.
The DLC for this game was, in my opinion, very good. I don't know about the larger group of people. It could also be just the argument of like, because one of the big things that they add in the DLC is, more Pokemon and re-adding old Pokemon.
Right.
And so I think that probably a lot of people are like, why didn't they just add these guys in the first place? But I think that the DLC for this game, personally speaking, and people will probably disagree with me on this, I actually think that it's quite substantial. It's like a whole new storyline, 2 big new locations, like proper big like world locations you can explore, like lots of little extra things to do, tons of extra Pokemon to get, new legendaries, new mythicals. New characters, new music. Or it's sort of like, I don't know. I might be over exaggerating when I say like, I think that it's almost a game's worth of content in itself. And I know that sounds like extremely high praise, but I don't know. I was quite impressed with the DLC for this game, and that's why I think that the DLC for ZA, it might be good, but it's just the fact that they chose to withhold it from the main game and then reveal it before it even comes out, that it's just like
just coming across. What if everybody just, instead of actually paying for the game, what if we just steal it illegally?
Well, see,
would they be happy with that?
You jest about that, but people are more up in arms about pirating ZA.
Yeah,
usual. Yeah.
Well, exactly. They're like, okay, so if you want to play ZA, you have to pay $150. People are just going to be like, fuck you, it's barely a complete game.
Obviously, that's also $150, assuming you want to play the shittier looking version of it too.
Yeah. I wonder what point it's going to get to where...
What the fuck was that? Why did the camera zoom in so high? I've never seen that before.
Apparently, it thought that was really interesting. Maybe it clipped with the wall or something.
World's most interesting Ultra Ball. Toxtricity?
Bill.
Oh, I like Bill.
Oh, I didn't even realize my Gengar has the bad ability. Fuck me, dude.
Oh, you gotta get a different Gengar now.
I need an ability
I don't even know what Gengar's abilities are.
It's Cursed Patch or Levitate, and I don't have Levitate. Or sorry, Cursed Body and Levitate.
Long story short, guys, we're not going to be playing any other Pokemon game on this channel ever again. This is the last episode of Violet. Fuck you. The end.
The end.
Stephanie, end the episode.